Have you ever felt the sting of rejection? The aching loneliness of being cast aside by someone you loved with all your heart. It's a pain that cuts deep into your soul, leaving you raw, vulnerable, and desperately trying to understand what you did wrong. But I'm here to tell you today, it's not about what you did wrong. It's about learning to love yourself first, to fill your own cup of self-worth so that no one else has the power to drain it dry. Too many of us live our lives seeking approval and validation from others. We contort ourselves into an image we think they want to see, sacrificing our own needs, values, and happiness in the process. We judge our own worthiness based on their fickle affections. But when that love is yanked away, we are left falling into an abyss of self-doubt and self-recrimination. I know this pain intimately. There was a time in my life when I had hitched my entire sense of self-worth to another person. My happiness, my purpose, my very identity was wrapped up in being that person they wanted me to be. So when they walked away, I was utterly lost. Who was I, if not the person they loved? How could I matter? If I mattered so little to them, I spiraled down into that dark place, replaying every moment, analyzing every flaw, convinced that I was fundamentally unlovable. I looked in the mirror and saw only emptiness and inadequacy. I was desperate for them to come back and tell me I was good enough. But then one day, in the depths of my despair, I had a profound realization. I was putting my ability to love myself and see my own worth in someone else's hands. I was letting their choices determine my own sense of meaning and value as a human being. And in that moment of clarity, I knew that path would only lead me to more heartache. I decided, with every ounce of conviction in my breaking heart, that I had to learn to love myself harder than I had ever loved another person. I had to cultivate an unshakable faith in myself, an appreciation for my own unique beauty, strength, and purpose in this world. Because at the end of the day, I am the only constant in my life from first breath to last. I am the one who will always be there to catch myself when I stumble and fall. So I began the difficult work of watering my own soul, tending to my own needs with compassion and care. Instead of seeking that love outside myself, I nurtured it from within. I spoke to myself with the tenderness and encouraging words I craved from others. I held my own heart through the hard days. I celebrated my wins, big and small. It wasn't an easy journey. Self-love is a practice, one I still work at every day. There are times I fall back into those old thought patterns of doubt and unworthiness. But I've built a well of resilience now, a deep, abiding friendship with myself to draw upon whenever I need it. Loving yourself isn't about vanity or arrogance. It's about radical acceptance, about honoring your innate value that no one can take away. It's about having the courage to know yourself, your core truths, and to live in alignment with them unapologetically. Because here's the thing. When you anchor your sense of worth within yourself, you become unshakable. When you know deep in your bones that you are enough exactly as you are, not if you get that promotion, not if that person comes back, but in this very moment, everything else just becomes a beautiful bonus. Your happiness comes from within first. I know the pain of heartbreak can feel bottomless. I know how empty your days can seem when the person you love walks away. But please hear me, their inability to see your worth does not diminish it. Their choices do not determine your value. You matter. You have always mattered because you are here and your very existence is proof of your right to take up space in this world. So let the healing begin with you in your own heart. Build yourself back up, brick by brick, into a home you want to inhabit. Speak to yourself with love, even if your voice shakes. Look for your purpose and passions that light you up from within. Wrap yourself in the company of people who celebrate and elevate you. Fall in love with your own company, because that is the love that will carry you through a lifetime. When you can find peace, joy, and wholeness alone, you'll be ready to love another, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of abundance. You'll choose a partner who celebrates your radiant, confident self, not someone you need to fix you. I can promise you, there will still be moments you glimpse the scar that heartbreak left behind. You may find your mind drifting back, wondering what if, but you'll be able to meet those thoughts with the deeper wisdom of your own unbreakable spirit. You'll understand that their love was a season in your life, one that helped you grow and brought invaluable lessons even through the pain. You'll be grateful for what was, while still being able to release it and make space for what's to come. Because that's the secret. Love is not a limited resource. Every time we lose love, our heart expands to hold more the next time around. Every time we're broken open, we're given an opportunity to fill ourselves back up with our own light first. So to anyone out there who is struggling to find your way after heartbreak, please know that you are not alone. Your pain is valid, and it's okay to grieve the love you lost. Give yourself permission to feel it all, the sadness, the anger, the fear, but don't unpack and live there. Remember that you are so much more than one person's opinion of you. You are a universe unto yourself, with gifts and strengths and passions that the world needs. Your worth is inherent and unconditional. And the most important love story of your life is the one you write with yourself. So take this as your sign to begin that journey of falling back in love with yourself. Treat yourself with the kindness, respect, and affection you'd show to someone you cherish deeply. Nourish your body with healthy food and movement. Feed your mind with uplifting ideas and knowledge. Indulge your soul with beauty, art, nature, whatever makes you come alive. Challenge those negative beliefs about yourself and replace them with affirmations of your worth. Look in the mirror and really see the miracle of your existence. Write love letters to yourself, extolling all the things you admire about your own heart and spirit. Celebrate your quirks, your scars, your unique beauty. And then, from that place of overflowing self-love, open your heart to love others. Not because you need them to complete you, but because you have so much love to give. Approach relationships as two whole people coming together to share your already full life. Be brave enough to be truly seen and truly loved for all that you are. I won't lie and say that you'll never get your heart broken again. Love is always a risk. But I can promise you that when you have an unshakable love for yourself, you'll have the resilience to face anything. You'll know how to nourish yourself through the hard times. You'll trust yourself to make choices that honor your worth. And you'll attract people who are ready to meet you there. So let this be the moment you decide to become your own best friend, your own greatest love. Let this be your turning point, the chapter in your story where everything changed because you discovered how worthy you have always been. You exactly as you are in this moment are enough. You are worthy of love, respect, and joy. You have so much beauty, wisdom, and strength to offer this world. And it all starts with believing that about yourself, with loving yourself harder than you ever thought possible. This journey won't be easy. You'll have to unravel old patterns, face shadows you've been avoiding, learn to embrace parts of yourself you once rejected. But I promise you, it will be the most worthwhile adventure of your life. Because at the end of it all, you'll come home to yourself. You'll build an inner sanctuary that no external circumstance can disturb. And from that place of unshakable self-love, you'll be free. Free to live boldly, love deeply, and shine your unique light in a world that needs it more than ever. Free to write a love story so beautiful, so nurturing, and soul-stirring, starting with the love you give yourself. So take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and make that commitment. Promise yourself that from this day forward, you will fiercely love, honor, and respect the extraordinary being you are. That you will be your own safe place, your own North Star, your own deepest love. Because when you can do that, when you can love yourself completely, you become a force of love in this world that is truly unstoppable. And that, my friends, is the greatest gift you could ever give yourself and everyone blessed to witness your journey. So here's to loving ourselves harder, even and especially when others stop loving us. Here's to rising from the ashes of heartbreak as the phoenixes we are, reborn in the fires of our own love. And here's to the beautiful, messy, awe-inspiring adventure of coming home to ourselves again and again, no matter how many times we lose our way. You've got this. You're so worth it. And your love story is just beginning. Your mind may be spinning with questions right now. How do you even begin this journey of radical self-love? Where do you start when the pain feels so heavy and the doubts run so deep? The answer is you start small. You start exactly where you are with what you have. You start by planting seeds of kindness and compassion in your own heart and tending to them day by day. Maybe that looks like starting each morning by looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. Even if it feels strange or untrue at first, keep saying it. Let it be your daily prayer, your mantra, until it starts to sink into your bones. Or maybe it's about setting boundaries. learning to say no to things that don't serve you, and yes to things that nourish your soul. It's about giving yourself permission to rest when you're tired, to take up space, to honor your own needs. It could be about forgiveness, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, for not knowing better, for being human, forgiving those who have hurt you, not because their actions were okay, but because you deserve the peace that comes with releasing resentment. Maybe it's about getting curious about yourself, exploring your passions, your values, your dreams, taking yourself on dates, trying new hobbies, discovering all the things that light you up inside, falling in love with the unique wonder that is you. It's about surrounding yourself with people and influences that remind you of your worth. Reading books, listening to podcasts, filling your social media feed with messages of self-love and empowerment. Seeking out communities that lift you up and reflect your light back to you. And it's about practicing gratitude for your body that carries you through this life, for your resilient heart that keeps loving bravely, for all the small joys and blessings that surround you every day. Because when we focus on abundance, we start to see it everywhere. Most of all, it's about making the choice, moment to moment, to be kind to yourself, to speak to yourself like you would a beloved friend, to give yourself grace, compassion, and understanding, even and especially in your darkest moments. It's not selfish to love yourself. It's not vain or egotistical. In fact, I would argue that it's the most selfless thing you can do. Because when you love yourself fully, you free up so much energy to love others, to make a difference in this world. You stop looking for others to fill your voids and start showing up as a whole, healed person. You attract healthier relationships because you're no longer willing to settle for less than you deserve. You inspire others to love themselves too, just by shining your light. So I invite you right here and now to make a vow to yourself. Put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and repeat after me. I, your name, do hereby pledge to fiercely love, honor, and respect myself from this day forward. I commit to being my own best friend, my own safe haven, my own greatest love. I promise to treat myself with kindness, compassion, and forgiveness, even when it's hard. I choose to see my worth, my beauty, and my inherent value, no matter what anyone else may say or do. I am enough. I have always been enough, and I will continue to be enough. From this day forward, I vow to love myself harder, deeper, and truer than ever before. Feel free to adapt this vow to your own words, your own heart's truth. But make that commitment to yourself and then seal it in some way. Write it down, say it out loud, share it with a trusted friend. Let it be your North Star, guiding you home to yourself again and again. And on the days when you falter, when you forget your worth, when you start seeking love in all the wrong places, and come back to that vow. Remind yourself of the sacred promise you made to your own heart. Forgive yourself and begin again. Because this journey of self-love is not a destination, it's a daily practice. It's a choice we make in each moment to treat ourselves with the love and respect we deserve. It's a homecoming, a remembering, a return to the truth of who we have always been. And I promise you, it's worth it. It's worth every tough conversation, every moment of discomfort, every old belief you have to release. Because on the other side of that work is a freedom, a wholeness, a love so vast and unshakable that it will change everything. So my friends, as we move forward from this moment, I want you to carry this truth with you always. Your worth is non-negotiable. Your value is not determined by your relationship status, your job title, your dress size, your bank account, or any external measure. It is an innate, inalienable part of who you are. You were born worthy of love and belonging. You are intrinsically valuable simply because you exist. And no one, no circumstance, no setback or heartbreak can ever change that fundamental truth. But it's up to you to claim that worth, to embody it, to live from that place of unshakable self-love and self-respect. It's up to you to set the standard for how you allow yourself to be treated by others and by yourself. And I know that can feel daunting, especially if you spent years looking for validation in all the wrong places. It can feel like an uphill battle to unlearn those old patterns and start loving yourself unconditionally. But here's the thing, you're not alone on this journey. Every single person in this room, every person you meet, is wrestling with their own version of this struggle. We're all learning, growing, healing, and evolving in our own ways. And when you commit to loving yourself fiercely, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of hope, a living example of what's possible when we dare to own our worth and live from our truth. So let's make a pact, right here and now, to be those beacons for each other, to cheer each other on as we navigate this path of radical self-love, to remind each other of our inherent worthiness, even and especially in the moments we forget. Let's create a world where self-love is the norm, not the exception, where we celebrate each other's uniqueness, honor each other's journeys, and lift each other up with compassion and understanding. And let's start by being that love and compassion for ourselves, first and foremost, by tending to our own hearts with the utmost care, nourishing ourselves on every level, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because the more we fill ourselves up with love, the more we have to give to others. The more we heal our own wounds, the more we can help others heal theirs. The more we embrace our own humanity, the more we can connect with the shared humanity in everyone we meet. So as you go out into the world from this place, I want you to carry that love with you. I want you to let it infuse every interaction, every decision, every moment of your life. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see a radiant being worthy of all the love and joy this life has to offer. When you face a challenge or setback, I want you to draw on that deep well of self-love to carry you through. And when someone tries to dim your light, I want you to remember that their words and actions are a reflection of their own pain, not your worth. I want you to stand tall in the truth of who you are and keep shining brightly, because the world needs your light now more than ever. The world needs your unique gifts, your courageous heart, your authentic truth. The world needs you to show up fully as the incredible, breathtaking, one-of-a-kind being you are. And it all starts with loving yourself, with choosing yourself, with honoring yourself, moment by moment, day by day. It starts with planting those seeds of self-love and tending to them with devotion and patience. So let this be your invitation, your rallying cry, your daily reminder. Let this be the moment you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. That's when I decided to love myself harder than I ever thought possible. Because from that place of overflowing self-love, anything is possible. From that place of unshakable worthiness, you become unstoppable. From that place of deep connection to yourself, you can create a life beyond your wildest dreams. It won't be easy, but it will be the most rewarding journey you'll ever undertake. And you are so worth it every step of the way. So take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and make that commitment. Choose to love yourself fiercely, bravely, unconditionally. Choose to own your worth, to honor your truth, to celebrate your uniqueness. And watch as that love ripples out and touches every corner of your life, every person you meet, every dream you dare to chase. Watch as that love transforms you, heals you, sets you free. My beloved friends, as we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with this final thought, this parting wish from my heart to yours. May you always remember that you are a miracle, once in a lifetime, never to be repeated expression of life's beauty and wisdom. May you treat yourself with the reverence and adoration that such a miracle deserves. May you have the courage to love yourself fiercely in the face of all the forces that would try to convince you otherwise. May you stand firm in your worthiness even as the world shifts and changes around you. May you give yourself permission to be fully human, to make mistakes, to have flaws, to experience the full spectrum of emotions, and may you wrap all of it in compassion and understanding. May you seek out people, experiences, and environments that nourish your soul and reflect your light. May you create a life that feels like home, a life that honors your truest desires and deepest values. May you find the strength to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Relationships, beliefs, habits, trusting that something better is waiting to take its place. May you speak to yourself with kindness. May you treat yourself with gentleness. May you love yourself with an open and tender heart. And in those inevitable moments when you forget, when you stumble and fall back into old patterns, may you offer yourself forgiveness. May you have the humility and the humor to begin again as many times as it takes. May you trust in your resilience, in your ability to heal and grow and evolve. May you believe in your own becoming even when the path is unclear. May you find the courage to be vulnerable, to let yourself be fully seen and heard and loved. May you open your heart to the love that surrounds you, the love that has been waiting for you all along. May you remember that you are not alone, that you have never been alone. May you feel the support and love of all those who have walked this path before you, cheering you on from the other side. And may, deep in your bones, that your existence is a gift, that your being here matters more than you could possibly imagine. May you trust in your unique purpose, your singular role in this grand unfolding story. So as you go out into the world, my love, I want you to carry these wishes with you. Tuck them into your heart, engrave them on your spirit, let them be your anchor and your North Star. And more than anything, I want you to know that you are loved beyond measure and without condition. You are loved for all that you are and for all that you are becoming. That love is your birthright, your true home, your ultimate belonging. It's the love that will catch you when you fall, the love that will guide you through the darkest of nights, the love that will remind you of your infinite worth again and again. So let that love be your foundation as you build a life of meaning and beauty and joy. Let that love be your fuel as you chase your wildest dreams and darest ambitions. Let that love be your solace in times of heartache, your celebration in times of triumph. And above all, let that love start with you. Let it start with the way you see yourself, the way you hold yourself, the way you honor yourself. Because when you love yourself fully, you give others permission to do the same. When you embrace your own worthiness, you invite others to stand in their own truth. When you live from a place of authenticity and self-compassion, you create a world where everyone can shine. That is the greatest gift you can give to yourself, to those you love, to the world at large. And it all begins with a simple choice, a radical decision, a quiet revolution in your own heart. So my friend, my fellow traveler on this winding path, I invite you to make that choice today. Choose to love yourself harder, truer, and more fiercely than you ever have before. Choose to believe in your own worthiness, your own beauty, your own boundless potential. Choose to honor your journey, to trust your process, to celebrate every step along the way. And know that as you do, you are healing not only yourself, but the world around you. You are adding to the sum total of love on this planet. You are fulfilling your highest calling and your deepest purpose. My friends, as we come to the end of our time together, I want to remind you that this is not the end of your journey, but rather the beginning of a new chapter, a new way of being, a new relationship with yourself and with the world around you. The path of self-love is not a destination, but a daily practice. It's a choice you make in each moment to treat yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. It's a commitment to your own growth, healing, and as you embark on this path, know that you will face challenges. There will be days when loving yourself feels impossible, when the old voices of doubt and criticism seem louder than ever. There will be times when you fall back into old patterns, old ways of thinking and being. But those moments do not define you. They do not negate your worth or diminish your progress. They are simply part of the human experience, part of the ebb and flow of growth and change. In those moments, I invite you to come back to your breath, back to your center, back to the truth of who you are. I invite you to surround yourself with reminders of your worth, affirmations, loved ones, nature, art, anything that speaks to your soul. And most of all, I invite you to practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself for not being perfect, for having flaws and struggles and bad days. Forgive those who have hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve the peace that comes with letting go. Remember that forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a daily choice. Just like self-love, it requires practice, patience, and commitment. But the more you flex that muscle, the stronger and more resilient you become. And as you continue on this path, know that you are planting seeds with every thought, every word, every action. Seeds of love, seeds of healing, seeds of transformation. And while you may not see the fruits of those seeds right away, trust that they're growing, blossoming, and taking root in the depths of your being. Trust in the timing of your own unfolding, in the wisdom of your own journey. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, learning the lessons you need to learn, healing the parts of you that need to be healed. And trust in the power of your own love. The love that has brought you this far and will carry you through whatever lies ahead. The love that is your birthright, your true nature, your deepest essence. So as you go out into the world, carry that love with you. Let it be your anchor in the storms of life, your compass in times of uncertainty, your North Star guiding you home. Share that love with others, not from a place of neediness or desperation, but from a place of fullness and overflow. Let your love be a light in the darkness, a balm for the brokenhearted, a reminder of the beauty and goodness that still exists in this. And most of all, let that love start with you. Let it start with the way you talk to yourself, the way you care for yourself, the way you show up for yourself. Let it start with the quiet revolution of choosing yourself again and again in ways big and small. For when you do, you not only change your own life, but you change the lives of everyone around you. You become a force for healing, for hope, for love in a world that so desperately needs it. So my friends, as you leave this place today, know that you carry with you the love and support of everyone here. Know that you are never alone on this journey, that there are countless others walking beside you, cheering you on, holding space for your healing. And know that the greatest love of all, the love that will never leave you or forsake you, is the love that resides within your own heart, the love that is your true home, your deepest belonging, your most precious gift. May you always remember that love. May you always return to that love. May you always let that love be your guide. And may you go forth from this place with a renewed commitment to loving yourself fiercely, bravely, and unapologetically. May you go forth with the courage to be who you are, to share your gifts with the world, to live a life of authenticity, passion, and purpose. For that is why you are here. That is what the world needs from you. That is what your soul is calling you to do. So let your light shine, my beloved. Let your love lead the way. And know that as you do, you are healing not only yourself, but the world around you, one heart at a time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for showing up for yourself, for daring to love yourself in a world that often tells you not to. Thank you for being a part of this community, this movement, this revolution of love. And thank you for being exactly who you are. A perfect, precious, irreplaceable part of this grand tapestry of life. A miracle, a masterpiece, a work of art beyond compare. Never forget how loved you are, how worthy you are, how needed you are in this world. Never forget the power and the beauty of your own unique light. And never ever stop loving yourself with all the fierceness, tenderness, and devotion you can muster. For that love will change everything for you, for those around you, for the entire planet. So go forth in love, my friends. Go forth and shine. Go forth and create a life and a world that is a reflection of the love that you are. It is an honor to walk this path with you, to be a witness to your unfolding, to be a part of your journey back to your own beautiful heart. May that journey be filled with magic, with miracles, with more love than you ever dreamed possible. May it lead you to the life you were born to live, the love you were born to embody, the light you were born to shine. And may you always, always remember just how loved you truly are. Thank you.